Okay. Yama obibiachi mo obibiakwa ba enfamba tumedi so ene Wednesday 21st of May 2025 na ene tumedi no Central Sports Arena live on Coastal TV live on Obawa na walaike wa share na wonja comment enso edi ato edi amaye yebekenkan ne kama enso edi amasan so ana woko YouTuber program no enso live on mi ti share na like na enso no wonja comment enso edi ato no o television no o TV ni digital na waskane ne kama ubenya Coastal TV channel 514 enso live and then there be nkomo bebre edi afa amanane ebi efie ensem na amanane nsem na anda English Premier League no matches mienu ekam ye de wonsem ba ye free City enso ewi ni game na ye de wonsem no eje ba Crystal Palace etnefie enso ye ne nine Edinburgh Wolves ye de wonsem eje ba na ene Europa League no final no enso ekoso ewo San Mamés ewo Spain Bilbao na Tottenham and Manchester United. You will be nkomo any other issues coaches ni na enso akasa daben Tottenham for ekodu Spain Monday and Manchester United after an upon omo train we no anu kodu ye de won say bebre e de eba ene ye de facts wo game nim start any tactics any style of play coaches no enso edi eba no ye be wuram na ye de enwasem no enso edi aba na onso what be enso ho na Kevin De Bruyne odo no sumra ba ne wiye Man City ye be bi won komo enso ha any other issues ana ya bobo no amanane nsem ne afisem no enda KGL ana 17 course KGL foundation no omulanche ni kama na ensebebre ana Ghana Football Association president enso aka enso edi afawo ye de wonsem pii enso edi eba any other issues ana yakada ayedi ebremo enwa abra Roman School Park you say astrotef na bepemo ne astrotef no yewie ama yuta omo abra enwa demonstration kese ana mo ye bobo video no ne wo hobi ekwan a demonstration no mo fa so ye ene abra anyimfie omu mo abra palace enso ene empenfo no ekobisa omunsam na emunsam no ye ne baba na omu ko so die ana empenfo ne kan ye ne wunsam edi ebremo enso ho enti omaya no wo ma wan ha na waba Facebook na onso waba na waba like na wa share na wo jaw comment enso edi ato media de Collins afrane ene mini okwaku shoka ewa ha na ye be mi se ebi enso eba be kansa na edi grade no enso edi abremu ewa ha enti enwa no ye be komo ne eba edi amana ne nsem no kakra enso edi abremu ti mi twabo wa ba me ba amana ne nsem happiness ne kwaba Okay, yama obi dia kwala bio enso enfam ba twedi no so enso e wa hanoma e Costa television on Facebook sanso ana digital boss no channel 514 YouTube so ye live enso hono oba ubenya bi enso ahwe na bibia so akoye enso e dia ma ye be hyase enso e free emra matches ni bi etodwa emra Crystal Palace enso etinefie enso achitima ne din edi Overhampton Wanderers enso ebono kone enai otimu emienu edi ketia enya 2 goals benchwa free kick bi opeda ya no enso de twat na no so enya baako edi kan Strand Larsen enso edi goal ne baako edi kan Crystal Palace edi no 9 enso emra we tia de no Manchester City edi miensa edi tia tima e for the Bournemouth enso na emra Omar Mamouche go bi akura ne sey no enya sekretu okoro kopabi enso ehwe honom sanso ana boboko ana Brentford for the Bernardo Silva enso enya go ana Brentford Nico Gonzalez enso edebako enso edepeso yedi ho asam enso edituga mekabi enso edechemo ena Europa League no 7:00 I was San Mames ana game no enso etuga ewa Atletico Madrid obi stadium ho ana Atletico Bilbao obi park won na ho ana games no a game no enso etuga na ena center referee no Felix Zoya ono efi Germany ana okogire fifine na ono so atoa yema yede enwasem no enso ede eba metesi mina de nsamo enso ede abemudia Nuno Espirito Santo na Beres de number 2 team no so one ni owner Nottingham Forest ye run Evangelos Marinakos ono ana other team no so na oni wi say Nottingham ebo game ala anema akoye ana papa no enso every stance nim ama obi say coach no questions eno ama papa no pressure enso aba tension aba no so ama papa no say adwuma no ontumi ento so bi nti season ne ba na we ya Nuno Espirito enso ebega Nottingham Forest dwumadie no enso ede ato na nyametin say AS Roma enso ede papa no enso edi komo say obaba na ono so aba be fa dwumadie no enso hono ma ye di wansem no enso ede eba me koma ni mede 7 day enso abra dia Atletico Madrid omo president Enrico Cerezo ana me give him kobe na Beres de number 2 so wati komo bebre eda for Julian Alvarez ho na osi Julian Alvarez player bia o ya Atletico Madrid player na kono na niti enso o player bia onimbo no bo abrantero omo amane nkoba bia enso hono ma yedi enwasem no enso edi eba enso hono ma mekabi enso eda chemo na osi abrantero enso ebeweji enso hono ma yedi enwasem no enso edi eba na Chelsea bobo ko na badurumi omo coach no aye Enzo Maresca omo asem na mekai enra papa no aye press conference enso na some kind say na me ya duma o confirm enso ama omo be Costa TV no say aye goalkeeper na tin aye Philip Jorgensen ono na TV no so o say abante no aye Real Betis Conference League na ono ne ko no final no goalkeeper no ono ene bedam enso ma yedi enwansem no enso ede atudwa enso na Brentford aya obi manager the friend Thomas Frank Beres de na mame na nyame tinche se papa no nani age aya Tottenham dwebe no se Tottenham boboko no aya Ange Postecoglou e kwa be dawo se sie ya aya papa ni tin ade Frank aya Thomas Frank ni tin enso aba list ni so bi se ono enso ebetumi aba fa dwebe no enso aya yedi ho asam no enso ede etuga me ko Chelsea wobiem na fa Emiliano Martinez fa ne to soma me goalkeeper Aston Villa goalkeeper no diamentin say Chelsea for no eka crabs na omo approach abrantie no anase papa no se omo eto no nemo no ofabia enso enkoto hono ma yedi enwasem no enso edi etuga me kare enso edi achebo me ko Everton poboko nim adilai Dukori na meti no nkomo na Beres de number 2 so Dukori diamentin say Everton poboko no abrantie no yamenya toma ode asomro enso everybody we Everton the contract on sesam enso eba na wie ya yɛde ɛho asɛm no enso ɛde to dwa Chelsea bobo korim deɛ ɛba no kyerɛ sɛ whatever the goals Chelsea for no every proposal enso ɛkɔma ɔmo consider sɛ ɔmo di proposal bɛkɔ na ɔmo nsa enso aka branch na yɛde ɛho asɛm no enso ɛde to dwa meka bi enso ɛde akyerɛ mo enso ahonoma yɛde ɛho asɛm no ɛba na Napoli yɛnkɔ hɔnomai na yɛnhwɛ supporters no na nyame te sɛ ɔmo se nyame yantom a 400,000 around 400,000 Napoli fans ana ɔmo try sɛ wobɛyɛ bia sɛ ɔmo nsa bɛka ticket a ɛyɛ Calcium decided match against Como ɛno nso ɛbɛba so na ɛyɛ benefit the supporters no ɛnso ɛbɛto so ɛde ma me enti ɔmo se ɔmo nya ɛyɛ big atmosphere enso awo Diego Armando Maradona enti say na bɛyɛ ɛna that TV no so kaba enso awo enti 400,000 ano mo ɛhwehwɛ a yɛde ɛho asɛm no enso ɛde ɛma mo enso ɛwɔ dwumadie no so na bonus ɛde ɛyɛ Jonathan Ta ɛba me ba offer Leverkusen obi di friend ano onwe na deɛ metin kyɛ sɛ ɔne ɛyɛ Bobo Kofor ba Munich enso awetri agreement say abranche no ebe sign ebe mo oko free agent wawte wajatum say 4-year contract no ebe sign na deal no cover 14 million euros every year bia scar abranche no enso ebe jaso no botoma yeti enwa sem no enso ebe oba Facebook a communica na bra na be like page no na share na jaw comment to o de o set button ma no bo Costa TV on Costa TV Campus on Facebook on Sabakai and so oba o de jaw comment ye be kan and so e ma na me comment no no nsem no ebi e la pro de Barcelona o mo supporters no hwe na o mo say aye 660,000 aye peoples ana ebegu the streets of Barcelona ana obogu here for trophy parade masa obodo so papa na yetie bi mo so na ye twibi no bi na musa oyoba masa na wanya careful no bi bi so fra entisa ana Barcelona kromo enso identi after so much La Liga no sa enso ana echo enso ono ma yetie ho asem no enso ebi tuta mekere enso ede achemo na Barcelona poboko nim na duro benesi the next meet na to so na meti ho komo enso de amamo na Rafinha ono na da so no de meti nche se abante no contract oba extend another year enso da kan na akọ eye 2028 na salary no obuso mo be pata obo be ne beta obo be tum enso e de ma no na enche bi announcement no nyame ya do next week na announcement no enso e ba so ye de ho asem no enso e bi tuta me kebe enso e de so mo ko ye na ene Tottenham Manchester United game no Benes ebe abenta no bato so yes Poppy matter sir Jamaican say oya available for selection ebe ma Tottenham ti ene fifini ho ebe se mabo ebe fifini ho unya Poppy matter sir Rodrigo Bentancur enso ewo bi sanso na obenya abranti anitini enso edi aya this Busuma omo fifuno against Bruno Fernandes Manuel Ugarte and Casemiro Massa and then fifuno be Teguita and what you call share enso ahonoma yedi won semro edi to Ghana say aya Benes de Xabi Alonso be ma me na nyame te say Xabi Alonso ebe travel ako Madrid nyame am next week na odi team no ako tutun komo e da fo mo transfers no na wo ba ani obo ko ye dey wan se no e dey atuga na Benes de Barcelona go to for man result certainly na fanato so dey metin say Barcelona for say obo man contract extension say one sign here na je say obo ko for goalkeeper obo Espanyol Jean Garcia no be the number na certainly enso akwa wumjema yede enwa samara enso ede ebrewa mekade enso ede chema mami Luis Diaz fanato so anase ode for Barcelona sporting director one Hansi Flick for woman na the meeting just say o have a meeting and na pano o mo tena say a meeting at the top plans we na me am next season e kwa ba so ana transfer ni ye be kom enti ni nyina no o mo ati hu koma je di e won sam no enso e de e ba na Luis Diaz o therefore any man and the flick sa for to be the meeting just say ena papa no contract extension no announcement no be ba be total na nyame ya to watch na Rafina dia no eno so announcement no enso aba ye de wasem no enso ebi to gama be Luis Diaz Liverpool branch no fana ma me nyame tin say Barcelona for no enso ehia branch no na Liverpool for the say obo cost and I say private dan so 70 million pounds it is open na oba ke I say no oba ya now they are two now they no call now we dey na koti dwuma ye dey wan say no ento every two gama go pricing and overvalue o ma ye signing ba ko enwe ya o ma ko for PSV Eindhoven o mu defender the friend Oliveira Boskagli na o mo de na ba o ne da so no the meeting say a free agent ano no ko fa no ana brent no eba since we have abanawe ye contract enso abanawe ye PSV na brent ni to be center back osanso etumi bo as left back jadi e wansem no enso ede ema me mamila ya mare na awards bi ekoso anda na we no omo say the Athletics European men young player of the season ekodi malami ya mare na omo jama no oro na da so no waje akora ne de boro bi o future onimbo no papa and also the Santa Clara, and also Florida, not for Pedri, and Fanamania, although any La Liga player of the season, and also any award, and also the national, and also Athletics, and the final, and so over the same Rafinha, the best player in Europe, and also Fanatoso, Rafinha, the enemy, and that's unity Barcelona for awards, and Cesar, Anna Omo SSR. And so Emano Aitana Bonmati and also Eje Emano best player of the season Europe and also the national and so Honoma Yade and once now and so Eje Abramo and so we could remanded now Mami Nico Williams and now it told that sir I told that say we man follow so I so papa branch no na last season after Euro no e be to be say Barcelona for the plan na na for na me yama e won 70 e to Rafinha ye de na ba e na we wa ya na Rafinha ha e be ko ye ti wo na for so wiam na e no ko fo bi se na Alonso si oba e ye 352 ana oba do bo enti e ni tu no e ye Mbappe ana Vinicius etimini se we come Williams ba obase star no no obono eye 3-4-3 dia enu do minim emre nkra dia enso ana be kire na but Williams cross no eye 58 million euros we offer obi abetumi ato bebo ni wages no ana ye ya asem enso ahoro ma ye dia wansem no enso e tu da bere se ma du bere amai na awe wasem a e bore kire se du bere ham enya shoulder injury na abete na ko yes surgery na surgery wa ko no de meeting say after FIFA Club World Cup no abete no e be out be bosomi miensa obetena nchen enso e be ma dreamer dida ye de wansem no e be atu do we no do na ana Kenny Kabaya wakasa e be fa Xabi Alonso fa no to so onya Alonso playing time Real Madrid enie akwa Real Madrid a che agbate na osi Alonso e we bia you man for him pa Alonso any woman did better every single bia na ono ba obey e be what team no e be different or to make different team no badge no na omo ni miye omo panasem o bo bi e be mo nti am supporters no e no do e be man nti we no e plus and so e be ma ye dey one sem no e dey to dwa me kani and so e dey tell mo se mo mra Facebook live and so on kept over Facebook na wako set box ni no go Costa TV Cape ubenya yai over like na share na tell comment and so for to be we be free down so na wogya hɔ ɛnso ɛde ato hɔ no yɛbɛka ne kama ɛnso ɛde ma Lucas Vasquez bɛne fa ne ma me na Vasquez ɛna ne pɛyɛ a ɔde aba bɛto dwa sɛ ɛyɛ ewura bɛdwo Real Madrid wɔbɔ bi ɛyɛ wagye bi ɔbɛgye pia ɛde ma Real Madrid yɛmɛ te nkyɛ sɛ aberanteɛ no se season yi bɛ na wie a after Club World Cup no ɔbɛfiri hɔ na ɔde n'ani akyerɛ baabi foforɔ a yɛde ɛho asɛm no ɛnso ɛde ɛto dwa mekɔ Manchester United na United bɔbɔ kɔrim na ɛyɛ City lada ɛna Kevin De Bruyne ɛbɔ ne last game ɛwɔ Etihad na farewell no ɛfɛ ɛyɛ kama na ɔmo de ne status ɔmo sɛ ɔmo yɛ bi ɛde ama no di na ne sɛ Sergio Aguero ɛkɔ no ɔmo yɛ bi ma no Vincent Kompany mu nyinaa ɔmo yɛ bi ma ɔmo David Silva mu nyinaa nti Kevin De Bruyne ɛkɔ a ɔmo ne bibi ɔmo di gya no kwan ɛno ana ɔmo di gya no kwan nti ɛno ana ɛwɔ team no so no na ɛna De Bruyne ɛkasa ɛma ne na so na ɔse ɔba no ɔne ne yere nko ara baayɛ eti na ɔmo yɛ 2 ɔmo kɔ ɔmo bɛyɛ 5 ɔmo ba ɔmo bɛnya nkora mako mmiɛnsa enti anytime bia ɔbɛtumi ɛnso aba Etihad ɛnso aba budi dwuma ɛnso ɛde ama ɔmo still na ɔso ɔkɔ dɛm ɔkatim no ɛnso ɛhɔ nom a yɛde ɛho asɛm no ɛnso ɛde ɛto dwa ɛnso ɛde ama na Liverpool tie ne yie na ɔmo de press mmiɛnsa bi ɛyɛ Saudifoɔ no press mmiɛnsa yɛ ebubu TV so ɛna ɔmo sɛ ɔmo pɛ Darwin Nunes Diogo Jota ɛne Luis Diaz enti Saudifoɔ no deɛ obi hu baabi ɔmo ne ɔmo sika no firi ɔmo baeɛ a na ɔmo de sika ɛnso ɛbɛtwɛn aberanteɛ ɛnso ɛde na kɔ ɛde ɛho asɛm no ɛde to dwa na ɛna Pep Guardiola ɛkasae na ɔse ɔno ɔnyia 24 anaa 25 to 26 players na ɔno sɛ ɔbɛnyia saa nkɔfoɔ no a ne tip no sɛ mpanimfoɔ anyɛ ne biribi saa na ɔmo anyɛ deɛ ɔpɛ ɛne signings ohia no afɔ ama no a team no ɔka kyerɛ mu pi ɔbɛgya team no ɛnso ɛda wa mo wodeɛ Pep Guardiola kasa a yɛnti nsɛm a Pep ɛnso ɛka ɛde fa saa nsɛm no na osu tie bi ɛnso ɛwɔ Costa TV on Facebook.
I want to give 5-6 players in the tribune. I don't want that. I will quit. You don't make this shorter squad, I will not stay. It's impossible. It's impossible for my soul to give the players in the tribune they cannot play. Now it happened because we add for players and immediately it was maybe 3 or 4 months we could not select 11 players. We don't have defenders. It was so difficult. And after the people come back, but next season cannot be like that. I cannot, as a manager, I cannot be training 24 players and every time we're selecting I have to be 4, 5, 6 players stay in Manchester at home because cannot be go to play. This is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. I said to the club, so I don't want that.
And so I Pep Guardiola and so I can't get you once around. And I took an hour, Michael Richardson, and then Jimmy Redknapp, after the game, Omar Mamouche, the Moroccan international, Obanamaso, and the Pobia, upon say, and long range, look, play a ball, nobody that in them, everyone first goal, and woman was here, Aplano, I see almost every place in the and a bar, a fat animal. Now, Umupe, send your branch and a buy no, and you might equate and in the performance, what about eternity at the moment? Yinti Michael Richardson, and Jimmy Redknapp, a kind of Obama motion.
But I still think he's got another gear to go. I think when I'm watching Mamouche, sometimes I don't know if he's a number 10, if he wants to play on the wide, if he wants to play.
Where do you think he wants to play?
I mean, off Haaland would be good, but the thing is, though, he's so sharp when he moves, he can go both ways, and he likes to come on off the left onto his right foot and produce bangers like that. Wow.
Yeah, he can play anywhere across the front, and that's the beauty of him. Like today, when he can come deep, and what else he's got there's a great work ethic about his game. When he loses the ball, he's the first one to go and chase it, and I think that's something that really, obviously, Pep has always wanted from his strikers or players that play up the front, and he's very versatile. He could play in the 10, he could play in one of the wide areas. The hardest thing, obviously, if he wants to be a number 9, is getting ahead of Erling Haaland, but make no mistake, next year, and he's had a really good start to his Manchester City career, but not many players come in and hit the ground running like he has. I think about Suarez a few years ago at Liverpool, but next year he's going to be an absolute star. He's going to get bundles of goals, assists, and especially when they get like Rodri back in that midfield, he is going to have, especially... I think players that can shoot from distance, I just encourage it. It makes everybody's day. Talking about that from, and people have not, they sometimes get a bit shy about shooting from distance. It's a great thing to see.
Okay, very and some Michael Richardson and so Jim Redknapp and so I can't one second at the bottom and they came in Europa League now Ruben Amorim Manchester United coach and the press conference never so now I say on really extra time na we final it is a good baby na say final minute ni dura we to me one substitution na eno abo enso ema we win game no ti ono so asase na o win game no tentam na yetin sema Ruben Amorim ekai.
Just one for Ruben. I just wondered how much of an influence extra time and penalties comes into your reckoning when you're making that starting selection tomorrow, because you've got a few options in different positions, it seems.
No, I just think the best starting 11 to start the game. Then it's really important to have options on the bench to change the game. Sometimes it's really important to win a final. I'm not thinking about going to extra time. Of course, we have that possibility, but we never think about that. Maybe in the final minutes you have two substitutions. One, you wait for the extra time. That you can have to think about the possibility. But in the beginning of the game, I just want to win the game really fast. But we know, and we prove against Lyon, if we have to score 3 goals in 6 minutes, we are able to do it, especially with our fans on the stadium.
Okay, wait. And some Ruben Amorim Manchester United coach and so every two guys and good news about it say Lenny Yo Joshua Zexi and Jogo Dalot and so fit are we available for selection. I don't know if say Ruben Amorim say and Manchester over to me about now about back no only say so good at the moment now almost to me about na omo win game yente say ma Ruben Amorim ekai.
Me neither. So they recover quite well. They push. Of course, we respect the feeling of the player, but we push a little bit because they wanted to be part of the team, and that is a very good sign. And it's very good for us. Of course, they are limited in the minutes for the game, but they can help us to win the game.
And some Ruben Amorim and so I can you and you bisano Ruben Amorim na uwinia and no change season number 1 also we European title very important in here pa debo no answer bia season season performance ankoye ups and down yintin sama Ruben Amorim ekan.
A new future for me, I think, is not the case, but it's going to help us to finish the season. People will look at our team in a different way, because winning a European title is really important. But again, nothing is going to change our season. Players know, everybody knows, the staff knows, the fans knows. But winning a European title can help us to have that feeling that can help us to build the future.
Okay, wait, and so Ruben Amorim and so the two Ghana and on Bruno Fernandes and Harry Maguire and the call press conference. Now my boy, and you said, my difference of a domestic any European performance and all this season. Only say also, or say and no a quiet frustration. So season no enoma enquire enoma too inconsistent and so more. Would you tell some Harry Maguire and so a kind of far a year or
Yeah, of course, it's a frustration. I think when you play for this club, you want to win every football match. And this season, we've been far too inconsistent. We haven't won enough in the Premier League. It's not been good enough. We know that. The Europa League has been different. We've performed at a high level. And we have proven again this season that we can beat anybody. So no, I'm sure next season we will improve an awful amount, a full pre-season, and as players we are looking forward to that, but we've got a big game tomorrow night, and that's first and foremost, and it's a special night, it's a special occasion, and we've prepared well the last few days, and it's one that we're looking forward to.
Harry Maguire, and so everything that Bruno Fernandes, and so Kasa, na you Manchester United team no, I am really no, I am here. Also, United the whole bar every game piano. Our club is a massive amount of Manchester United. Yentin Sama, Bruno Fernandes, captain of Man United, at the two.
No, every game that you have a chance to win a trophy is very big. But a part of that, every game at this club is massive. As Harvey just said, this club is so big that from 1 week you can be the hero and the next one you're the villain. So we just play as a players. We just think of what we have ahead of us, and what we have ahead of us is a chance to get our hands on a trophy. It won't change the past. It won't affect what the past has done to us on tomorrow neither. But what can affect is the future, probably yes. Obviously, winning a competition gives you more, gives a lot of things. In this case, you get a place in the Champions League. You get a lot of revenue for the club. It gets obviously more players wanting to come to the club. What I think that at this club, it doesn't change much in that aspect, because I think every player wants to play for Man United, and it's a thing that will never change, because the name of this club, it speaks for himself. But the main thing for us is to focus on what we have ahead of us. That is a massive final against a team that we know very well, but in a competition that is very different of the Premier League. So it's going to be a completely.
Okay, Wayne and Sama, captain of Man United, Bruno Fernandes, and so every two guys, you call and Tottenham. The opposite side, I'm supposed to go head coach, and my Tottenham Hotspur. I mean, a business sir, would you Europa League final, outcome now, sir, like as a business outcome of the Europa League final, I will be determined in the future. I was special. Also, BBC side one now, okay, or business, okay, so training is a catchy, would die a day, da. Na Manchester so da easy anado na bibia okay yenti sama Ange Postecoglou any some training no kind.
That sort of leads on to my question actually, Ange, because I think the assumption is that your future will be decided purely by the hierarchy in the football club.
My future is assured. I don't like. Wouldn't be the first person who changes jobs, mate. We all change jobs. I'm sure you've had more than one job. My future's assured. I've got a beautiful family. I've got a great life. I'll keep on winning trophies till I finish, wherever that is. So don't worry about my future, mate. My future is not entwined with anything. Right? My future is assured, provided, God willing, my health remains and my beautiful family is beside me and my friends. There's nothing wrong with my future, mate. Don't stress, mate.
I meant specifically.
Sleep easy at night.
I will try.
I'll be okay.
I will try. But I meant specifically at Tottenham. Is there a scenario where you win the trophy and you think, actually, my job is done here?
No, because I don't think my job is done here. We're just, I really feel like we're building something, and what a trophy does is hopefully accelerates that. So I still think there's a lot of work to be done. That's quite obvious with the way we've sort of, the challenges we've had this year, which I think are well chronicled. But I think there's some reasoning in that, in the context of that. But also there's been some growth that I'd like to see through. But whether that happens or not is not that important right now. But I don't think, far from think this job's finished, and I certainly feel like there's some growth there that we can take this club to where it needs to be.
And so every two guys, they want some about and I say Europa League more important. This year we will qualify for Champions League. You think some Ange Postecoglou and the two guys. I said we want to now the message about you see Ange Postecoglou.
As you said, great prize. The significance of Champions League qualification, what it means for every football club to get into the Champions League. It's there are the obvious benefits, but also you get the opportunity to play against the best in the continent. But the club's been in the Champions League before, hasn't won a trophy for a long time, so that's the most important bit.
Okay, and so Ange Postecoglou, Tottenham manager, and so every two guy now we are not some so. The decided say the impact of Tottenham as a manager in film you know only so what try as to the process Ogusu and get the position maybe a team and so we will not much for a trophy same thing some Ange Postecoglou as a kind at the farm.
It's hard to sort of kind of contextualize sort of the challenges of the last couple of years. I guess from my perspective, I came into the club with some pretty clear objectives about what the priorities were for the club in terms of taking over. Tried as hard as I can to kind of stick to that process of getting the club to a position where they can challenge for trophies and at the same time rejuvenate a squad and change the playing style. It's been a fair assignment, and without its plenty of challenges along the way. But I guess with such a sort of big game tomorrow, there is an opportunity to kind of fulfil at least the main task I was sort of given, and that is to bring trophies to the club.
Okay, and so Ange Postecoglou, that's a manager now, and the two Ghana, Pedro Poro, and a press conference on his own me. Now, Poro, and you decide to say, you here, say, I will secure a UEFA trophy, no, and then we are going to a very important moment when they are here, at the moment, he fancy, and feeling there in here, at the moment, so Mobeki, you just about Pedro Poro.
Well, I would say yes. This is a very important moment for us, and we know it. Fans know it too. I think they also give us that extra pressure from the outside, and that's fine because they haven't seen us winning a title for a very long time. But at the end of the day, the most important thing for us is to stay focused and to do it the best we can tomorrow.
Pedro Poro, and so every two guys, and so at that time now some who me and then break on the sign and the Tottenham Hotspur. What I say now, you decide say I can every Tottenham call a year buyer. What is the first trophy now? Only I get it in touch, only being come out. And also, I feel when you know Ogusu holidays or will be in the opposite time. More about the Gene or only the Bacasa, and so our woman so now welcome that. So you see some. Some who make a kind of Harry Edward Kennon.
Obviously, everybody knows Harry is my best mate, and also that I was a huge honor playing alongside him. But after when he won the first title, we kind of have a chat about his trophy. But yeah, I mean he's already in holiday, so he don't want me text. He don't have to text me. So I just concentrate myself with the boys, and obviously Harry will be biggest Spurs fan tomorrow. I'm definitely sure that he will be supporting us from holiday.
And so Korean edition of Sean who me and then on an captain Edema a Tottenham Hotspur on so two guys. You really say what you UEFA League after 10 years, I was pissed. I thought I would be now feeling the bad day, and also, and then we I say a massive day. Massive day, also, club, no, any person, any honor, every colleague, and so the woman, a body sounds the money by Japan. You say some so me as I can.
Yeah, it will be very special, and we will be obviously history moments. But yeah, I stayed here 10 years, and I just wanted to win the trophy, but which is nobody done it, from where I've been here, for in a 10 years time. So yeah, tomorrow is gonna be a massive day obviously for the club first of all, and for the boys, and obviously for me as well.
Okay, wait, and some son who may, as I'm so a kind and I saw you do, and I say, Uba and I won't one game against a Tima, and so a assembly. One game now, over 90 minutes. Now, all your fit, well ready. So, over the game now, also, physically, while you're ready, send them or now I'm one team, I'm a magic, a year with Fire League. You think some so me a kind.
Look, obviously, I'm ready, and then I'm obviously back from injury, and it was my first game against Crystal Palace, and afterwards I play against Villa around 70-ish, which is I was didn't expect it to play that long, but I was managing to play. But look, I mean, physically I'm ready to go, and also the boys are ready to go for the biggest game of the season.
And so I can't you did once and so Ebana say Finalissima. And of course, you know, we say, and so Spain national team, any Argentina, and say Copa Americano, Argentina, and J, and Spain, I think Euro. So we I will organize this game now, and so everyone was so mobile now. And check a year over first meeting, not a moment a year over and so on my idea once every two guys, another penny confirm with my Chelsea supporters and say, only game against Nottingham Forest, referee no, Anthony Taylor, now referee no, Omuti the Dino, Omuti of Zia. Referee nobody and now qualified. Then I say, Anthony Taylor do a game, Omuti. Now, season way, Anthony Taylor beat Chelsea matches 4, meaning I know my colleague, Eddie Momo. Now, VAR no. Peter Barnes or and so Anna Betson. Lamina Ma, and the entourage no, Jetmans say, almost demanded or a scar say, about the highest paid player, and so all Barcelona, 18 Muma, Yadi, and once a month. And so Eddie Tuga, Mikabi, and so at that time, and some of the Dawson, now Emre Adia, it's you come over the bar. Now, my baby comments and I cry on Facebook. Na ya gwa game nim ena numiri enso era wo mti bi passes ya na ya de aka no e ya to amuso
graduates. And I can one Kosa TV. 514. Ida wa obu asema o. Obu na wa DJ to Kraken. Nemo Sanjoda na wala I kill. Thank you.
Where ni nonjo.
Fisherman graduate. American. One way Kosa TV 514. Ida wa obu asema o. Obu na wa DJ to Kraken. Nemo Sanjoda na wala I kill. Thank you.
Where ni nonjo.
Fisherman graduate. American. One way Kosa TV 514. Ida wa obu asema o. Obu na wa DJ to Kraken. Nemo Sanjoda na wala I kill. Thank you.
Where ni nonjo.
Fisherman graduate. American. One way Kosa TV.
We will see, can tell you, Coastal TV is now on digital. Catch it on 514. Watch Coastal TV, the best news.
Where ni nonjo.
Eba oye man to mo wo TV stations baby ho want to say bia momoze no hwe Coastal TV na me ayadom Coastal TV so ye ko digital na chele bibia wo bia e wotuma hwe nsem bia bere TV a was baba nchichim bia ehia bia so was baba na nji sam bia so a mo waswati na wo so etumi hu de obo yuma was amo se ba Coastal TV a na baby papa obia ongodo hwe Coastal TV.
From the Central Sports Arena live on Facebook, Coastal TV Kiku's also on YouTube live and so and Oko digital TV so channel 514 and so be live and so Yaboko na me have your phone akujin komo and then we game no the whole ana share any other issues na ya tackle why and we ni nyina no munti dia be your phone and so Ebeka, near reading of comments. All over Facebook, so able to me, Eddie, Opedison, and so Eddie Abba, why never say, Anna, and bring one, Anna, Edgy Capital, and so Eddie Alco, now call a Champions League, and no como, and so Anna Yeba Abidi, Kokusoka, Owaha, sounds so Anna Ebi, and so about the cancer. Ha, Owa, Isha Nache, it's we know, as Indian, Bibia and see. It's your no. Ogu, you are okay, you are fine. No pressure. Nah, pressure again. Nah, you be a juma. Tell me a short say, what can you my boom? And now frame and Mercy will be the day. And one no. Baby, you are fine. Oh, you are mercy. You share not check. You didn't go more man of but you share. You share. Once we are going United Fund and you beat you na Gregory SC nice one, keep it up, Coastal TV. And Kiss Michael and so SC enjoy. And Ibo Wilson SC a big up man like Kokusoka watching you live from Super 06 headquarters Abra. Everything fun. Mr. No. Ah, okay. Ana we see Kofi Hazel. Ah, Koku. Yeah. Osi Koku. You're running. I say you're running. Ah, okay. You're running. Yeah. Ada mutem sa boko ara. Test. You're running. Okay. I tell you, Manu, yes, okay. Na Jojo so say keep the fire burning. Also our takwa program no. Insanity baby. Mama shasi through na in redeem.
Okay, Maminchi and Asha Fujina na that I want to very now was when it was a coaster would say maybe I will come out someday if we need also. But the very moment I knew when we decided those enemies I didn't quality with now and then after let's start see the premiership season from the month of August. This is the European competition. Finally, May June every competition we are not has our Oracle or and then the first European final or to me walk on the UEFA Europa League. I don't know between the walk. You are kind of in the second tier of European football on the final and now you are by our one. But expectation and go be no what you from all your teams or final on your and I want to say we to me walk. Most people were expecting the final as the all your teams was in their leagues to appear in the final, but they are not coming someday. When it comes to a cup competition, irrespective of team performance, it will domestic front. Cup competition is different. Mentality is for cup competition, only the same thing as for oil league. Because the FA Cup competition, clearly, we are full of football of a country, or she play the other team or a one-time tournament. The moment ever shame no mind, maybe in cup competition, we are very cautious. But here for league now, team no chance the Asian with whom and so benefit of my head. Watch and this time around, you have change the format, your ball or league format. Unlike previously, unable group stage, Igbo 8 games, one away, one home, no be away to my head. While qualifying, you have decided that you have free. Be a number of matches or any Bobby L1. They will be at the end of the day. What the team now while qualifying a while coming L. So, yes, Munka Kanka, anything in Manchester United and a Tottenham Hotspur. Two English sides when you are going to work with the final. Obia will follow match in the other day. Yes, at the start of the season, my prediction I mean was Manchester United to be in the final. I predicted straightforward the United will go to the final. And the Champions League is predicted Inter Milan straight into the final. And it has happened like that. Now, if I could have the Manchester United will go into the final. United team knows one. Collins, they be a United supporters using communication and they put fanatic waiting for Trinchan. They face the team now our ground. These players know one. They decide to show up when they want. And Brown open will show up. Until their coach everybody say with team no. Then forget in time you won't see the same. Into order your master and son a better Manchester United. Fast forward, everything had not started season. Upon the first 4 Europa games against FC Porto, against Fenerbahce, against FC 20, and about Thessaloniki and my opinion of an Eric Ten Hag, and a first start game. But no one could. And Manchester United decided they will change the opinion of an Eric Ten Hag. Now I go for one of the up-and-coming coaches. The world of football will be out. Bear in mind that Ruben Amorim handled Manchester United CCI. He was the primary target for Liverpool before Andy Slot. He was the same target for West Ham before Graham Potter. And you know, Ruben Amorim is no ordinary coach. You know, you will for that other sporting, also be a powerhouse. Taking Sporting from the slums, Portugal, Sporting no trophy no one. It was Portugal and a Bobo Porto and only Benfica. Won the trophy no, you two now you one is in a womb. But opinion from Ruben Amorim after the Sporting supporters, Wako, all your training, Wako players, he decided to take the man to moving from Braga to Sporting, for changing the whole face of all Sporting. And to everyone, the expectations were high, especially in the Premier League. But Marcel Markenegin, those who know me, I told them the Premier League season after match day 10, Manchester United they are out. They forget the season. No behind a supporter, no behind fighting into the day. United beat 40 and half it. So 38 games in about 10 and Kobe. I won't kind of current show. Say, you ask no one, HDB to Ashes na embryo. If you accept reality from the start, a home in now hotel is in Yama. But why
after no we get we cheat. We cheating power. The cheating body we cheating. First of all, the United one base them all.
And the earlier some of them were accepting reality, the better for some of the supporters of Manchester United.
Okay.
Fast forward, we know you have a fact. The first game, I told somebody there, this game against Ipswich Town, they are not going to win. It will be a draw game. It was like, oh, it's Ipswich, they will be able to see the version. What happened? What draw? Second game, the same thing was going on. I'm pressure on there. That is not opinion anybody. If you don't understand, and that's it. If one of the demanding tactics in football are the 3-back system, because it needs a lot of running.
Okay.
Even some of us, because of coaching, we know, every 4-backer, you are going to the rest defense. We are the team with the 4 and 5, traditional 4 and 5, one for they will just rest. But with the 3-back system, only one central defender original. The right centre back and the left centre back will wobble as right back and the left back.
Okay.
It is the wing back will push up again, or the left side centre back or question. Right side centre back or then also or question. Okay. If that formation itself is demanding, as you United place you we are. When I call before baby. I take Bruno Fernandes out. From the goalkeeper to attack. When do I call before the team? I call them pampered babies. Yes. Why did you want to know? No one say. Because you look at this players, nobody can tell me the Brighton players we are. They are better off in quality than Manchester United. They are even that. Nobody can tell me the Wolves players they are better off in quality than Manchester United. In matter of separating Wolves, Brighton from Manchester United, it is adherence to instruction. This is a team of players, what to work at the coach we use no. You need to put on the bank. More side use the money. You need to organization after game I will lose. More than Ibrahimovic when you are bringing open his Lingard and Rashford, working the music was also with him. More of music was to baby. This is a team of boys no more pen, no worker. So with this young coach coming in, I was happy for him the way to at this young age when you're all age man. But the fear was players, how are they going to cope with opinion of an Rubin Amorim? Okay. And indeed, a team players will comment. I won't know that today. No, Rubin Amorim is not going to chief for anybody. Mono pen no go to why? If you are not ready, you go. Okay. Everything had. They be able to as a promoter in the field of mind in there. Obviously, you wanted the boys to play the IR style. Okay. The same pre-season games on Liverpool, no Arsenal, no Buena. They dominated Liverpool totally. Okay. But what against Brighton or Brentford, I want to follow in only 2 in the first 2 games. And the players will catch him for the day. Charlie, the demands is too much. And when they had decided over compromise the tactics for the players, for the sake of the players. So they started playing the normal EPL game, kick and run. Route 1 football, kick and run. One was the finishing term. Okay. But the second season we decided I will switch and make sure the member goes there. I want to do none and you know another can the players decided they have more money because the man no better option. And look at what happened in the team. Anthony didn't get any today beans. You get it? So this is a team of players what they want or there is more. But Rubin Amorim, one of the players matters that I'm not going to go that way. Or before Europa League season, and he's a good communicator. A coach has got they very good with communication. It's a one more open press conference in Anna. Okay, sure that the man knows what he's saying. Okay. Obaka no kwara sure the team no problem. On your player and I play again. Team no problem so. And for him, Oya very emphatic there. The league season is over. Their concentration is on the cup game. Okay. It is a steady Manchester United here. The performance was in the cup competition, FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, and you was it was different from the league. Unless you be for the Man U. Shakolo for the Okuyas na film. A man down, Diogo Dalot had the red card. A man down. A solid 120 minutes. Look at the penalty scene from Alta in there. At that crucial moment, Odegaard penalty Obashi at Kochim. It tells you that they had a different perception. Okay. Check out matches. They were determined to do something in the cup matches. Look at the Europa League. The whole of Europe, till date, they are the only team One losing game.
Okay.
In the whole of Europe, in the European competition.
Okay.
Every league goes as compared to the Europa League goes Europa League money was 35. EPL, that is almost 5 less than goals Awasha this season in the EPL. So clearly, it tells you that when it comes to the cup matches now, they are determined. When you might open away, why? Honestly, the boys decided to show up in the cup matches. Now, their game against Bobo from Oyster Bucharest. United scored the first goal. Bucharest scored the first goal in the United battle. Everybody thought the game was going to end in 1-1. From there, Bruno Fernandes improvisation or possible Rasmus Hojlund 2-1. Yes, it's a then fast forward, Obobo Rangers. No, the same trend now. Last minute goal, no, that too. Then they came against Obobo for Sociedad. Against Sociedad, most people say, oh, Spanish teams say they are very good with European competition. Look at the way they dismantled Sociedad. 1-1 of Sociedad in room, Ewan Noita, Obo Trafford, a better forward. Then they brought another team, Olympic Lyon.
Okay.
The game against Lyon was the game on Kamari Beefman Kulefi. That was the only game Anchor United Beefman Kulefi. Because actually the performance of Olympic Lyon, yes, clear-cut chances was for Manchester United. But the way I Lyon dominating game, and how they were creating chances for fun. Fofana, Ryan Sheki, Tolisso, Alexander Lacazette, these guys were toying with the defense of Manchester United. Though United got the goals, and the last minute, I went to Onana, or you may name Nonano 2 years, or you're not in 1-2. When they came to Old Trafford, I was in the studio, when United scored, what should you do? I told somebody, this game, the Boko extra time. United 2-2-4, let me say Boko extra time, watch and see. And indeed, game Boko extra time. Lyon Benedict 4-2.
With a man down.
With Man U, they were playing with 11 players, Lyon with 10 players.
Okay.
4-2. In the space of 5 minutes, United had a try. At that point in time, what was he doing there? Yes, I was not there. That point in time, Casemiro caused a penalty. It shows you that when it gets to the European stage, they were even offering the European spirit. It's an offer.
That is the moment,
Okay. And what Lord Magua, what was he going to do there?
Number 9.
Oh, number 9.
The blue lady, you're going to be anymore.
Okay, let's do this.
But do also know my book.
One reaction, 1 can just 1 minute. Cheney, penalties, anything can happen. What possible now in the world attack? And what you want to do? What kicking bonus? 1 pass from Bruno Fernandes. Go. If against Athletic Bilbao, the team with the best defense in La Liga all season at their home, the best defense in La Liga. United come. First half now we're playing 3-0. That game was a poor performance from Man U. United would have beaten them like 7-0.
Okay.
Everyone goes, jokes aside.
Dambon so no the referee no or influence game kakra.
The game against Bilbao.
Yeah, the game.
Sometimes the rules in football. If say your fans not say TV biasa, you know the referees will influence. Them red card now or issue. Every FIFA rule it's a red card. According to the FIFA rule, say what was shot across, not a strike here or attack, not say a pulling with one side or a red card. But a richer player, no, maybe a eligible if that's a one and a canal, it is a yellow card.
Okay.
And the referee using that rule, and was a man, or yes, a branch of an Vivian, red card, and moving. Yes, I agree, it was early stage, referee over 2 minutes, but red card, no, it affected them.
Oh, yeah.
3-0, Yabo Old Trafford. Old Trafford, United won out towards Montenegro level. 4. Simple. Second one,
that's great.
As I see, now they are meeting a team who has one player as I one player will be a trophy. Tottenham don't like trophies. It is 17 years since Tottenham was being won a trophy. And that trophy was the old Carling Cup and the Fenway Carabao Cup.
Okay.
17 solid years. They have a coach, every season in Robert he always makes a promise the second season, and every team will be the second season on the trophy.
Okay.
Now, Ange Postecoglou, I like the man. Not because of the personality, but in the first few months, how would he transform the Tottenham team with the one more fluid attacking football. I am one coach, I'm a pair. Attacking football, fluid, yeah, quick in transition. I like that kind of football. But all starting in the beginning, they know how up on the ball. There is always going to be lapses. I want the right back and the left back. Space in the too much because Destiny will push forward. Pedro will push forward. They push forward, they push your team there up there. That more quick transition at the man is being opposite which way you go. Until later on, the last one starting, or the first, a cry, or the second, check. It should not tell you how to go from Buffett. Good. Later on, our teams realizing the spaces which you know, we know that. No, I exploit or space. We know that, and I exploit space. But this season, injuries means you and fan water just like Manchester United. Okay. Injuries means you and fan ball. And the Manchester practice in the room, or I don't send him. England, the club the one. Even if you are Pep Guardiola or Bella Gutman, the league in part, why they'll give you just 3 years. We'll be ready at the end. I'm telling you, into teams who say, wow, 20 and more board. And in the end, Brighton will just ask you to come on. When they are not scared, Luis down goes through. Eventually, the pass will be nothing. Simple triangle, or bonus feature, you concede. And they will defeat you. That is what we call for Brighton. And most teams will will win that. Now, in the UEFA Europa League, Tottenham Hotspur, they've not been bad. They've not just the game. They've won 9 matches. 1 year back. Okay. And also, she went through the whole season, one coin to them, as if we've been a year. Season now, I have to make sure they make TBB to appease my fan. Let me tell you this. Finally, I will be into a pressure on that. Manchester United. Okay. Because the Tottenham are there on the news. Then I'm going to get but with the mentality of Ansport that told me last year, or your boys monitoring, and the perception of Mickey van der Ven, Christian Romero, who is a World Cup winner, Pedro Porro, Awaj Euros, all these boys, the mentality of all routine today, you need to change the perception of Tottenham will do in the country. Okay. And to make you forget tactics, forget the 3-4-3, 4-2-3, forget it for a psychological thing. Okay. Or what psychological aspect of your football? Okay. At this stage, fear will play part. Fear will be an unbelievable supporters of our tackle by one. Say you coach us and hand the final that who has not make it. If not the final, let's say you coaches are you need to touch now, you need to share my players now. Yes, because a better player will pass, no being mistaken supporter why attack. Oh, they are ready to move on. They will want to go boy one but intimate or their friend, they're catching it. And the game, it is a psychological game. So the game is not going to be played on the tactics board. The tactics board is not going to psychology is a game for various teams. One of one. One board. And Obiabakade, Omen follow the Kakra, Omen follow the Kakra, and Bibi's nature, Obutumwa package, Bibi's nature, Obutumwa package. Now, see, I can Omen no follow one ever. Since Manchester United got into their first European final, any final where United will win early morning in Supeti. I'm telling you, it's okay. I'm the supporters you get the point. Every 2 times later, United and Chelsea. You remember that you rain. You rain Moscow. You rain seriously. Sebekia 2008 final in Moscow. I went to open John Terry and on there and cause a penalty. It was heavy rain. Efa oye or the river League Kotia. Jose Mourinho was first iron was Stockholm. The same incident. I controversy one time the same incident. Into all the supporters who are in there, who may be the but no, forget the woman. Or a psychological game. Now, any woman from Manchester United, you can down near Anderson. Why could repair finally be a miniature?
I don't think about the say, Omo trophy actually, since we are ready. And I question there, Sabasha. Since now, why the trophy this season now? I don't have one logo. I don't have maybe Crystal Palace.
Manchester United.
The Lion.
But we need them. Crystal Palace, Tottenham, Liverpool. Not today. Actually, my man, not today. Or favor. Newcastle, you know, or so Newcastle. There is
always an exception to the rule. Maybe there is an exception in the sense that go ahead and get the trophy. Bologna, why the trophy? Bobo Crawford or Newcastle, why the trophy? Crystal Palace trophy. You get it? It is now 1G when you know BRG. But as a problem, we know all the very difficult things of Bobo Crawford and Tottenham today. Players, you know, how are they going to decide themselves? Okay. Let's look at the experience of Manchester United players. Look, we are talking about a team open to proving winners. Yeah. Carlos Enrique Casemiro. Okay. I don't know that. You are talking about Bruno Fernandes. He has seen it all. Manu Ugarte, though he is young, but he's won a lot of trophies in his career. As I say, Diogo has won a lot. Mazraoui, Matthias de Ligt. You get the point I'm making.
Winning mentality players.
They have it. You compare it to Andrew Onana. Let's not forget that he's an AFCON winner. He's a Scudetto winner. He was named UEFA best goalkeeper not long ago. So he's a winner. Now, for Tottenham team now, you can only mention 2-3 players. And you talk about Cristiano Ronaldo and Pedro Porro. Now, it's that factor. On to the game on your tactics.
But I can't tactics so also mention that me on your dream because say which game now in the Obokodina team like Manchester United we bought tactics to suit one game plan there Tottenham team no we put it and then I know there from my point of view Ruben Amorim about the game now over to play from the midfield yes otumu there Tottenham midfield no why lose kaka because Kulusevski Rembobi Madison Rembobi one small Belva Rembobi one damn small boy no so this way all good no so on to Rembobi Bissouma Bentancur Pepe Matasa when the game now we meet them United one more from because we got to put more than a standard with Funka but that is not a football. People should understand something. Manu midfielders now Obiaso is midfielder but there were different classes of midfielders. Okay. There were central midfielders, there were roaming playmakers, advanced midfielders, there were deep line playmakers, and there were Obiso your uncle. Ugarte, it's more like the home the ball now. On the destroyer again. So it's after Manchester United now. We will Ugarte now. On my Casemiro. Box to box. And Ugarte did it. Okay. Ugarte, how many people there? Ugarte no box to box. Casemiro here register. And the Onono Sabano. Casemiro in the pass. Otumo also the boss. It's Ugarte no. Why the ongoing you now offer Bruno Fernandes, no one dictates game in the tempo in the pace. That is when I became the over tactics. Let me clarify it here. And the other teams, one today, you overlapping the what I am trying to say is tactics is a double park no what the other TV do. In that now you go speak. You go more TV, you go 4-3-3, you go low block, mid block, vertical tiki-taka, you get the point I'm making. But game no, you know always repeat. My parents you always repeat. Or I get him. Okay. Now, football the moments are resolved because psychological parts no so 90% take part power game it's at the end of the day only thing I'm looking in the day so that never can from the psychological parts Manchester United are ahead of Tottenham. But football, football comes with luck. So at the end of the day, say maybe you're there,
oh and then oh favor wa obe favor ebi na obo yesra Asia beba obo yesra red card no was the game plan the dynamics of the game was say bibia nti on a very good day bibia on paper bibia chere Manchester United ahead of Tottenham but bibia should be to see but other personally in the in Manchester that carry day yeah.
See, you every day, most people want to be. I would have loved the game win because you travel for extra time. Yeah. They have a penalty.
Be my friend. Put him in there. I will put him in the move for that redeem. I'm see. No, and the game now, we are for the record. And the game now, the one, I have no free game.
Oh, as often anxiety, as often anxiety. And the Setotia midfield were mistaken anxiety for one. They will fumble. I'm telling you. Now, Ugarte Casemiro, Bruno, we will be out.
Yeah.
Until people matter, say you Bissouma. They don't want to fail their support.
Bissouma. Oh,
it's United in the final, no long ago. Europa the final only to lose to Villarreal. Okay, on penalties. When David De Gea or Messi penalty, no. Yes. And going back, no, they wouldn't want to lose this opportunity again. And that would be a game, man. For me, 36 days ago, agreed. But more than that, Piano. I won't be surprised that Vicario, he's a very good goalkeeper. I like Vicario, I'm not kidding him. But Vicario can make a simple mistake. Another thing, you know, or you prove only never that. Only the other day. Only the you put into another
the other statistics, or as I see, you will be taking risk. So if
the pressure is rather on Manchester United, I'm telling you. Because what will fail.
The pressure is on Manchester United. I was going to pressure Tottenham.
Tottenham, yes, they are not used to winning. You are used to winning.
But at the end of the day, the teams now are drought actually. Not London, the Chelsea played away to our European tournament couple of times, and Arsenal into one today. After I was over play more, no way to work at London, not London. I am second to maybe I also
this year, I think Gordon will be playing Arsenal no way at the
so, not London in Penway, it's all Tottenham now, Arsenal.
Yeah, you're from London, you crew Nankasa, Crystal Palace. Why do you have been in London? Alright. Now, Arsenal, you had the opportunity to win the league. At Sinaho, I had a performance of the difference.
Maybe a Netflix.
Maybe a Netflix. The general worker for man was a train. Maybe a next season. Maybe a next season near your house. National Madrid never got a G. I told someone to move to PhD. They said I was lying into my PhD. Now, the pressure, the reason I make the pressure on my individual. Actually, season of my winning since 73-74, 1925-1927. This is one of the worst seasons of my winning.
Exactly.
And going down in history, these players are going down in history. They are one of the worst United squads ever.
Exactly.
So you win we are. You go to the Takapa, and if you win this, you are going to the Champions League. So that one alone, you know.
Tottenham also will win. I will now win your awful season.
Awful season, we are not time.
Where are awful season?
Mind you, Yerkan, after say Alex Ferguson, right? Okay, I know be under mind you. If I tell you that in the last 12 years, Man U trophies are winning. It is one of the best in English record ever did.
Oh yeah.
Yes. That's all we have to know.
I'm not the trophy.
All the trophies we play in TC Alex Ferguson go 1 year. Trophies are Manchester United will wide channel. Odoso. All guys in Odoso. So United themselves and their supporters, they are not used to losing. International losing, even the supporters who they are not used to it. Either Barcelona or Madrid. If you Madrid rock trophies, if you had a pay you be sure you can to charity with nature. Look at how they do stuff. Because they are not used to when you're losing. It is a Manchester United that the fear of losing. Remember, last 2 years they lost the final to Manchester City in the FA Cup. Last year, November G4. As I said, 6 years ago, you lost the same competition.
It's domestically. Where you are, Lake Cup, No, I can know that from.
They don't want to let this one sit. Let me tell you the pressure on world. But for Tottenham Hotspur, they are supporters themselves. They are not as optimistic. Look at the last few games.
So by this time around, they're optimistic. For 3 times we meet this season. I am from this season. I'm Croatia 3 times. Why show me now?
It means that Tottenham wants to mind you, but when it gets to final, as long as it is the final, it is not about 4. And this is it was 2006, 2007. When Arsenal got to the final against Barcelona, I corner Arsenal where he managed him on the court. It should tell you something. Okay. Now check 2010. Inter Milan and on the Bobo from Bayern Munich in the final. Should we a man Inter Milan was he? Yes, if Inter Milan were a powerhouse. Oh, Italy. Why did the Scudetto? Why did the Coppa Italia? And they had a chance. Should we a man was he Barcelona? So when it gets to the final of competition, look at City and Chelsea in the Champions League final.
So then I cannot. Normally, I be back tournament. Into City, what from them? Chelsea game, no. And I likely they will Champions League final for the first time. Never qualified. Ever qualified.
Into Elko Omen and Omen is embedded with each. But kick the ball. You deserve to me. Now Chelsea on the day, every Chelsea supporter will be honest there. The more see Bernardo Silva, only a way more football enemy, but going to be a more way more pimping boy on any day in Koyego, right? But because of Hazikiti and the experience in the psychological aspect, I'm going to come to pass across where you're from. I can't have as I said, happen. The book in the car, there's a Champions League final one goal. And as a physical I tell you this game, but finals, I'm a coach, you know, and finals, I always tell my guys, look, this is the game, this is the trophy. Okay. I remember one final be a quick, not trophy this one. We were touted as underdogs, into me and Yay will be one. What I maintain of him catch on the look? One more game. No mistake game more on the west. One short in a whole ball. Mr. Goodman with him catch on the head. Will be a man, no chance they beat me a carpet, Yakwaji. But he beat 5 hours. First game, Tim and Kofu to the show and trainer. Second game, you shit him before name. Last game, already are qualified, and I'm the second set in a week. Now, from then, the whole tournament, you consider only 2 goals. The whole tournament, 7 games, you consider only 2 goals. Okay. One was in the semi-final, and one was in the quarter-final, and you consider 2 goals. If you find I'm catching boys in the head, what are we going and win here? Because you don't ask about who finished second. Okay. First, okay. Okay. In knows one. Okay. Okay. That alone, that was the very first time I saw that my boys were not playing other match no. But they were playing my friend Gubgan. A country ball now. Yes. Okay. But so this is a psychological. Because we will bring in one nation. For those of course that time one the big. I would have loved them because that time. All 90 minutes a year better time. Actually to me yeah. But okay that time of cover for me. It is one of the diciest games I've predict. I can't pinpoint the Tottenham or Manchester United because teams to near us will be is prone to mistakes. But from where I'm coming from, I think United have a slight edge over Tottenham. Slight edge. On paper. Okay. Yeah, slight edge. On paper. On paper, BBI for Manchester United. On paper. Okay. Slight edge. Who can be at the count? No, United. Oh, so that my mechanical and Moshe from the tactical pointer. More the Manchester United, my brother, Manchester United team now, or the players now, they've seen it all. What the experience and to that psychological part of the game, Manchester United, a bit solid over
Tottenham. So the game may flow to some point. And my tempo no more feel the and they may neutralize into CCIZ. Near my in the be or go against us. I'm not sure Manchester United and Tottenham for one injuries now. James Madison now, Kulusevski. We crucial players, man. Tottenham. One vessel, one like that meeting. Ugarte, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes. Manchester United. Or some slight margin. Also, extra time on game extra time on the penalties on but no there Manchester Benya upper hand Kakras and Tottenham knows a mini game.
Okay. Hello, abigafo ana wati omo kano ebi eni kwaku soka ana wati omo kano etisa ana etie 34 minutes past 11 yaba na ya fi sami da kregu wo dem da KGL lunch ne baso na keta kasa yaba boni yetie asmo kae se ye mukure ana ye mukure Samso ana eye Abel Roman School Park asto telefone na youth for wo abra no eye demo ye be me boys no omuko eye Abra Palace wo no mo de see ye ye bo na also wo mu video no ye ko e bi twa mo sima me ba ye de aka no e de beto am so Yaba obibi akwala bim Enfamba Central Sports Arena on Cape Coastal TV Cape Coast Facebook and YouTube so ana digital boss no and so be bi and so are ye conference am na ye be mi sem no e ba ana KGL omuye mo lunch no and so e ba so no ama juvenile ana 17 ana omo sponsor omo na enga lunch ne ba so na GFA president Kurt ES Okreku ara o kan se bibiri o se championship year o bubi the young boys across the country yentin sema GFA president Kurt ES Okreku ekai.
This championship embodies the dreams of young boys across the country and gives them the platform to showcase not only their talent, but also discipline and potential. 5 years ago, when nobody in Ghana believed in the vision of the Football Association, KGL Foundation came through for us. So my sincerest appreciation goes to the leadership led by Elliot for your commitment towards the revival of the Ghanaian game, especially and most importantly, your avowed commitment towards offering these young boys the opportunity to realize their dreams. Thank you.
And some Ghana Football Association President Kurt ES Okreku aka obi no se ayedie funu omo mission and say omo be boa omo mo asie from down and I say from down no almost 20 ama ba enso ama your football no ecosystem no ayima yenti se market ekai.
At the Football Association of Ghana, our mission is very, very clear: to build from the ground up, nurturing our young talents, equipping our coaches, and strengthening the very foundation of our football ecosystem. As part of our 2024-2025 deliverables, the Football Association has taken bold steps to support Colts football, including but not limited to the provision of footballs, of trophies, and most importantly, ensuring that there's free registration of up to 90 players per club across the U13, U15, and U17 categories.
And some are kept years of Kuku, and so a Kaya na Elliot Dade, CEO, Edma KGL Foundation. Also, Kasai, or see, only one worship career of young footballers in Kuruma, young T, and some opinion, and so kind.
More importantly, belief system. We've helped turn football into a viable path for these young boys to face their dreams. But my ambitions for this collaboration go beyond just football. This is investing in potential, about shaping boys who grow into men that lead with discipline, drive, and dignity. Because what they learn on the pitch, resilience, teamwork, and patience, they carry with them into the world. I feel this project has become more than a tournament. It's a movement, grounded in community, fueled by passion, and a living reflection of Ghanaian integrity and determination on the global stage. To all the coaches, you are...
And some opinion, a kind of cat, some Casabium. I must say, a year, a mono, a year 14 are only keep Ghana proud or no. And I say, only proud. And so, I see, we invest in our man football. Now, we invest in last 5 years, and Roma has started to say a swabber, a man football. Cat, years to Kuku, say, an organism.
So first of all, it was a day I was very much looking forward to, because it was a day reserved for us to celebrate women's football. And we call that day the Women's Football Festival. Indeed, the 4 teams that walked out of the changing room onto the turf made all of us proud. If you look at the level of the competition, the level of football, the enthusiasm shown by the clubs, the fans who defied the heavy rains to stay and to enjoy the female sport, is something that really, really excited me. And that tells all of us how far the game has come. I think that the investments that we've made in the female sport over the last 5 years is beginning to yield fruits, so to say. Our Black Queens are back to the stage that they belong to, getting ready for the WAFCON. But most importantly, police ladies and Fed ladies deserve all the congratulations that they deserve, because they put up their very best. They give more respect to the female sports, and I'm looking forward to seeing them compete.
And some Ghana Football Association President Kurt Iyesu Kuku and so Ekaye. Now, how to folk any Lions? Yami have weekend way. Omo bo a game. Na ewaka. Na ticket rate no how to folk for Eddie Abba. Every that's so popular stand with 30 cedis. Santa Line 50 Ghana. Lower VIP 80 cedis. And upper VIP 100 Ghana. VVIP 150 cedis. Any day how to folk for no. And so Edabanchi, oh, kind now go game now. And I will be able to hero. Oka Ska, also first Castle, the Betinano, na Gotia. Yako Abra, na Benes individual ever to so. And that demonstration, echo so. Nina say, after the fire, and then na my baby, you had 3 months, a car 3 months, Yako Toba, and I told you, say, you the baby, I feel very one. You trouble. You were December when you were January 5 months in you 6 months. She encore so and I'm 90 no ejiga say young pene Emma when uncle so where I call women's school park be anudo a good every no park no where na ye to no ebi no bu no ni yan say suo eba eka nya kwan enko na do gu mu gate and as abo mu fi nje no mu bia e fama na eko nje ba ye show video no kakra de eko so e wo Abra Palace wo wa bra Abra guys in Koshia eye ebenifo no begin almost start free park wo ano mo programs ano mo de eko o ma bokunya ye hwe kakra
Abra boys one swal in here park one swal why the man park in by the toilet one swal na to when you man this car one swal in here park one swal
wano bia yemo nko na taba mu bia ho no na Musa Krijen start ni na gufune papa no yi ni afiri na sepasim na wa start na o kasa na the person tie ne nkomo no any reply epenfo di ba wo mu but ebi da bi number nfo kura no de youth ni ye no na aso o ma fere bi star bi ebi o de ye hwe kakra
because park no say obaya zene there you go to me agent to wa na why park because it's now when you want to see side of park you are that's a wood after park and if footballers yes you say that we would have to park because who's the park and the park number say and I'm not over school park no on your park or your you put na park what's all your man na park obi at school fees are go do no your program no and I na you go park no na you park na one baba yan no mo so no they can you it's you can tell about the young boy starting. And then the morale come. Young Jay, you pay for the young Jay. Park will be a job. It's time to go and join your facility because we are here. Park what's the moon to a yashu. And therefore, I'm not saying that on a year why there was a million. I am not telling of what I was waiting. Why do so? You have to ask about by now your toilet that dressing room. It's my cane or maybe you it's a moment. And the say to Abamo, say to Abamo, and they are not as you name. But since I have copied to Abe 50 because rather the last time of them asked me to send us some. No, catch them at the madam of the minute waste. It's as 100% there. None of them falling in the go to 1 year. It's my kind.
Okay. Well, no, any course, you know, now, last one. Okay. Now, Emma. We do not do common. Also, every one of coin. The crana coin crown. Now, I'm not been for a bushik. And we don't do common. Almost every plan been for the moment I say. And yet, Chairman, a commission, near GNPC.
Collins. Go. Parky, Nasimi, the Biam career, or Asema, or very close to my heart.
Okay,
you are seeing the Biamifi.
Oh, yes.
Me, you put in the video to the Malcodo. And I'm not bad the day to me very big to them because since August I was started there, where park communication be on Kodo, the man Adam. We start to park and where you are, what's the name? Pelibi so say park park around them. Listen, it's other way to work today. It's a demano or stop it. And according to sources, where the player will lose come over today. So when you're done, problem no poor or there in Kodotum Park and wide will be. But almost all number from there. oye bibi oye key because all the baby na as no over rema everyone baby what catch a dom but ana musumo problem or like me dey since on the park no wale 1 year at the end of the day so one country because we feel they don't owe anybody explanation there to the park but at the end of the day they were there to them na youth working I want to know we use honor and to them Mosaic come the man pitch in order Roman school or set more than a playing pitch
yes so and video no video ni na but the me say one question say see am aye say no enche abodi afashe mo be no enfam be ba afilo mu ti wo no o mo ntumi ansa event na zo kodo ewo pass sisa the event ni na no o mo kodo bio ayi na so nche development where na all fa oyi ba wa ba azeno baba ba static ihu no way forward even though China previously when you access to the place and what to use and when you do no na yebe atase it's about boys no mama catch one there baby I was one aggression from honoring the right procedure right channel no because about land no I want to worry after telephone Whether was someone or someone, my mother will be paying for channel, so probably our okay. It's some information properly. So we to pursue in paying for and paying for so, but to so our so will Morocco, reply the moment is almost next week. Yami have more no beauty in Wales.
Collins, what do we be on a career? Okay.
Okay.
Park use when you are. You will be me out of order. I am a time out of Roman 5 people. Now, what's think of us to be
sure?
What kind of a park in Roman Park? No one said in your hand about the car. Yeah, because you're going to only baby. Yeah. What will be first question I be saying? Where your visibility stadium now? Park now, we are different visibility stadium. As we be so, I want to be a dozen babies in Suta, your baby. Simple, said the general, you know, when it's all your money about your car.
Yes,
you ask all these questions.
Question we know.
Just to be there, obey them.
Yes,
fine. We're closing. You are how to drive up.
We know beside for the very first time, I call Paris for one, but Raobi. I don't move to my contract and say, now, baby, public toilet in one. Say, a young man, you're very about 2 questions. I'm going to say, baby, close to a one. I want to echo Molano, Winty. Almost us in what's our annual. I hope I know that I know. You will flow. Make one of them. You make a car.
Maybe I stole your one to assassin morning.
Also, permanent to it, so temper. They don't move it's honest. I want to question. What kind of Roman school nature? It's a random kind of that. But also, post on the million. I want to on the mass this is our farm. It's a community better teacher on your possible.
Already. Why do you
possible?
You see, all the baby
also what the chief. Let that I find out that na bona kona yen no school down no school down ne yin ho light pole before it's a seven from the cars I can say po or basna I don't to it's enchanzema period of kodon pa nsana
they will decide they will be the meet me
but and so mindset I know about start telephone me look akra the contractors the men zemeni na ebisa dey oye irrigation na eyin suna so for park na do no so it is a one them na drainage na say where telephone pa na so the men so obasna telephone ancha obasa it's what kind of contractor need to me dey
the means the many now wa plan that obey
your father intention since I party we so watch it has trained a lot of people watch it 50 against them hurricane and they will me and I'm going and here can you work some 9 months or something right 8-9 months or something 8 months okay
no runs akabe man buni si
I'm coming this way you be say every day in program you can see boys know how do they enjoy their hobby?
How do they train?
And then we go for you know, training. We go for a bookshop. We go do what we see pool baby. Oh, baby, I first know why I move me. Yeah. I said, I'm feeling you now. Yeah, I swear to create. I can move from one. I want to waste support 3x4B. No, you know, more. You know what? You know, my cradle around. Here, old baby, young fat among yourself, young fancy. Oh, the quality guys as you baby. Initially, the word was, or your honorable will see, Norway, later, GMPC, later, later, GMPC. So, who were able to question? No. To some of us, we knew that or a GMPC project. Remember, we knew there was GMPC project. But for politicizing, I don't know. That is the whole issue. For politicizing, no. Because after baby now, also no matter who MP wa kolo visa bo or maybe a MP no na nke so diniska or ta bibi wa ti dem okuri o
ajinse kwa
okay ni na no was under GMPC all the akufado obe na nkasa no na 150 aspects across Ghana nti ma musu kaka ni de Roman schools no under GMPC it's got a share contract in
now problem American I want you to get it oh MPP abanye ni edini even we are trying to go to any me honorable equity on the original FK goes not original
so no only sitting in
I'm talking about ABA operating now you try to politicize data what does it mean it's say you say look at say ni here I think that's okay now what be catch na day woo, you be say here down one. A check can be someone also a GMPC. It will be as more kind. So it means there was communication error from the start.
Okay. I'm a someone named Jim Tumbo communication error. But my mother yeah.
You have a kind of
statements be a while. Again, out of ignorance. If you are no, because from onset, honorable honorable GMPC, will be and your contract there, or president, other bar way, it's only the you I don't try as much, overload the movie the other. As I say, but one sitting MP. Lawyer aspiring MP no. Obi afa ne be no cho opere oye na wo be Alabama.
Now mentality should be anything you there. Very sinti.
On father oye.
Ata communication breakdown be wa ko be.
And I na so in the day change of government ba. There are some projects on them change of government ba. Then a project or into the next government no but in project the next government about 1 year
yes ne kasa ba ko so kan say ne kasa ba ko kan say omu bisa na say okay sisi a sitting government aba na omu ne wa ga di nkomo o mu say omo ye da ko wo kura no onye ne wa ba ko complete onye say we no enu so dey be take time
we do one what you are back and I'm in the car we set up back in a machine the first question we meet really Siciano at high event ground you beg you sky because a kaya for what check and call one fine job the boat here the big sky forgetting that this same page was training a lot of people here so why don't we push here even paying for I'm not going for any politician. Leaders in terms of your nine of what yeah. If you don't know, if you are bending a grand nabi them, you're not what papa. They know the right thing to do, but all the baby no what change one at time now no one politicians. The moment you bring tradition and politics, you are wrong. And you be a study sociology, tradition is different from politics. And a leader, not for tradition, in fact, not for politics.
But since I am a Korean woman, I am full. Our politicians.
What is wrong? Open the man and say, no man, he could marry part of the Kuma, and then your parent. I just saw you. Then you seem to go and get a division 2 a day. Nothing give you any Austrian piano had him back. You have to be utilized. After you came to me utilize that. You want to utilize the band, young consider teams in some division 2. As I say, 1, 2, or no park or walk. 1, 2, or
the risk
involved alone. Division 2, there are 7 I know. And for being the sea. And now, to come out in Premier League side, all could be a water attacking Queen. Right? As I took they got attack. One attack in the division 2 that Sabi. You risk of being the sea. Oh, yet to go Kuma, the Abu Division areas a Premier League. Oh, we are also in a back. Kaswa. What's that about the team? You the Kaswa. Akokaswa. Team you over that. Or facilities. And it is a young traditional leaders, so when you're bold enough, Omura, Abba, at the GMPC, okay, and I offer shocker, Yajatu, a player of Western MP, into young showing never better, my dear Mob Usman, oh, Usman is here, my okay, Yajina Wodo, the PRA, contracted Yuma. You did to me that I know a bit of politics, I know. Every contract needs reviewing after every 3 months. Into a reviewer, oh, if you are contracting a contract according to score. A contract Ababiship, Ayujuma, oh, also Chiabuka Cranianco. A bomb there pressure, I mean, the other movement
was started before Abrazano.
Yeah, look at it always started the same time. I mean, how many months? I know what's here.
Time by taking.
Time frame, it is about 10 liters because no one some. Just last month I was there. You me, so April, right? April. Yes, suddenly I was there. The Kobo tournament you go. Yes, so I was there for like almost 1 month with the team and the coaches, officials, and all. Then Park and I played on it before. Park, no. You know that I know the Park will be in my small market. No, yet. No, baby, go sniffing no baby. We make sure the way you need the for why a dressing room not in that idea. But I come. Monday, for friend of your car or man after 10. I will miss Kako. A man no confessing.
Okay.
Or boy division 2 na did your confessing. Into no problem there. So I have no pay you. So you could pay you. So I have no pay you. No problem there. They not pay you for no. Oh, baby, what a question writing. They you not for so. Sad ways are event in the way. So I know who said can be there. Won't do now when you event on. No, them bring up a TV. You just lay it on. I have a problem. Okay. You pronounce your business card, it's a vehicle to come. As I said, okay. But you're very there. And your money, I politicize BB, and you for him, I politicize BB. I say BB.
Okay. Now, Monto Muna, no matter for Kakra. I want we were far to one day. We'll take them park in the issue. 1 year very careful with the way we handle issues, because in painful as some no sorry no track account on that government in the project into 1 year very careful no follow procedure bibi na wonum pa when be sana awana in the unit for one channel there. This is the right channel I had aware what for the now was here ama asamfo for bia mbechi tamana I be that quick one, baby. Also, complete boa, around, and also one.
Why is one? Yeah. It won't come back to those states. Your idea of any reversible action. We won't do more states.
And you put a bump on, you know, I don't so to put it.
I never say part of the cry. The best solution is,
but we feel there. Park look like 70% done. 70% done. It's Milwaukee channel on some channel or and Kamakado inka ebe ntono eba kare
so we to say play the
yeah reverse inka go to reverse ya twanwe budo sound black soil mpa ya twa budo ye dia grass that's almost
future consequence you find the only baby I am future consequence already now there's a black soil has been there remember erosion you sure big based on what can you sure about for back and no just small you
you say antoto wall na za you no ba it will find its way atasa obaba of corner
prefer the nka won complete in my
completion is on my sister because I don't know or almost done what offense was in the big war what installation of turf na lights na adai and wa hwese na wa drainage no
yeah when change
ama
understand
just dressing room mpozi yempe dressing room team so ba wa say won obi fia oya fie me fie dressing room into what when you want to me you know na to say yempe fo so awon so wọ́n tún lè gbé tún wáyé bíbí àfọ wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ náà bíbí àyẹ̀ fáìn náà
ìpín àyà kyẹ masa ìpín àyà mẹrẹ ètí ebi yẹ kọ wọn àná kyẹ àmì ẹ̀ nsọ̀rọ̀ nkọ.
wọ́n kọ́ ni sẹ́ mẹ́yìn ṣe àwọn ẹ̀yẹ̀ náà ṣẹ̀fọ́ náà ndá sọ wà jẹ́ pé wọ́n yẹn ní ìgbìmọ̀ and once again yẹ bẹ́ kọ́ àkọ́fẹ́ the Europa League final yẹn nyina ẹ̀bẹ̀ hwẹ́ bi to both set of supporters ní nyinaa Manchester United Tottenham Hotspur you wish you be a good luck may the best team win at the end of the day so what team win you'll be happy so what team lose you just go back to the drawing board then you come back again but for me say if I'm because from a fan aspect I would have loved them to game United lose I have my reason the reason is simple because if they are rebuilding of trash
domestic league
Chelsea no almost you know better hope to work in EPL as I should show them. But United fans want us. They should get their trophy to Spain. Only two national final. I know a Spanish team. No, another final was Spanish ground. The last manager to win it was a Portuguese coach in Jose Mourinho. This time around, another Portuguese coach. Mourinho won it after the was sacked a Dutch manager, and at this time around was sacked a Dutch manager, Erik ten Hag, and a Ruben Amorim. So everything is in favor of Manchester United.
Bella. You're crazy. Mepedemechia. Obi a oje be ohwe especially outdoor for sure what me watching from Super Oasis or chairman Kojo Ahen okay yecheche bia and am go for sure was message nkoko yeah laka chances ona okay Martin Gregory or Matos ohwe any pempansi nti mama ka play yeah I also a game no or in the game or very nice game but I'm gonna
Bobo say ore
Bobo K2
we are K2 ore
tawari no ba ko Arsenal kakanazi Russia Manchester it's Manchester I'm not so my I want to London one is intensity tight but I don't know for my other I should have we need beef for them but Mamuna no not London one was so what you want okay Manchester you good yellow
Champions League
oh sir me a man of Mokro Mama the Champions League na Tottenham waji Europa fair enough no problem and the foreign active won karo you dey know e bi esi wa halom na e na bi obi akopɛ bi enso ehwe asuzu a mo aba Facebook enso bi show no wo say madaje sem credit papa for Mr. Alfred US of A and also be show no or young pioneer television omo CEO no ono so be show no enti ye cha no K2 and Gregory so ayi kan no George King George enso takwa my oni droba enso ehwe program no enso
ye do mu nyina se se mu nyina adaje ese mo credit enso be hwe show no ya mu hira mo na onye mo kesie enso bibia de kwale zafane uti ebi enka so ana oti kokusoka enso enka Francis elija kan na chi MCR Benis any Michael ana eboye na ye ko Facebook live ama YouTube so unya ehwe mo mo he fiefie mo digital TV no so no Central Sports Arena Crystal TV yesi ya masi ya munshira mo na onyam kase nyame amo chena ene mu ko he bi achina ye baba na ya ba behwe die ekoyi ene die ankoyi enso era mo nyame amo chena matianka yakram